Hey folks, hope you enjoyed the podcast. This free teaser of the main episode features 10 posts, but you can get the full episode with an additional 20 posts, plus our witty banter and all that good stuff, plus fun segments like MGTOW and This Ain't It Chief, plus a preview of next week's episode, only over at patreon.com/reportthispost. Not only that, but there's an additional bonus episode every week for our beautiful patrons and other fun stuff, all available at patreon.com/reportthispost. Help support the show. It'll do a lot for us. It'll make us feel better about spending all of our goddamn free time looking up posts for your guys' amusement. And enjoy the show. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 134 of Report This Post, the podcast about bad posts and bad people. My name is Geiger, and that is Christian.
Whoa, man, I'm tripping balls, dude.
And we are your hosts. With the posts, every week, Christian, myself, or a listener select a different topic and then find horrible posts for your listening pleasure. And this week's topic, as chosen by a listener named Joseph, or as should be more appropriately called for this episode, Broseph, perhaps, is psychedelics, bro.
Yeah. The drugs recreationally used by hippies and burnouts and losers. And I'm assuming listeners of this show, particularly ones named Joseph. So.
Yes, perhaps even hosts of the show have done some of these things before, as we'll talk about in a little bit. Thank you, Joseph. Now, how did Joseph select this topic?
That's a good question. I believe Joseph was a patron over on patreon.com/reportthispost and went ahead and subscribed for 3 months at the mod level where he was able to then choose an episode topic, and his choice was psychedelics.
Yes. Let's say he didn't do that. What if he did the other thing? What would
did
that
he purchase the show?
Well, no, you know what? Let's just say he did that.
Well,
so we know
in an alternate universe,
yes.
He could have gone to reportthispost.storeenvy.com and purchased an episode right out, and then just left a note in the description of the order and said, I would like my topic to be psychedelics. And then I wouldn't have to spend 6 to 8 weeks chasing him down in order to get the topic from him.
Some folks love giving us money, but not telling us why they want to do an episode.
What they want.
It's pretty incredible. That's my favorite kind of listener. The guys who are bored of having money, I guess. Don't really think otherwise about it.
Hey, you pick for me. Okay.
Yeah.
I've been doing that for 100+ episodes. So
go to reportthispost.com. You'll see the links to all this stuff. So if Joseph is in fact a patron, he knows that coming up we have another live episode over Zoom on April 19th at 9 p.m. Eastern. That's a Monday, folks. You got nothing else going on. You might as well join us. We're going to read bad posts, and you guys will also read posts for us. So it's going to be a perfect little chatty little affair.
Yeah, it'll be real fun. It was real fun the last time. I sweat through my shirt. I was laughing so hard, having such a great time.
That's right.
Absolutely grilled. It was like a Comedy Central roast. It was really fun.
Yeah.
So can't wait to see what Geiger has up his sleeve for the next one.
You know what? Maybe next time to ease your pain, maybe you can take a little bit of a psychedelic drug, which coincidentally is the topic of this week's episode.
Maybe I'll just drink 8 beers before I log in.
Or you can just do the regular. Yeah. So psychedelics are. Let's discuss what exactly. Now I feel like our listeners know a psychedelic. They're drugs that make you trip and you have a fun experience. What are some of the more common psychedelic drugs?
Sure. So psychedelics would include LSD, mescaline, salvia, mushrooms.
Mushrooms, the big one.
Yeah. And then
acid. Did you say that one?
LSD is acid. Yep. So.
Oh, are they? I thought they were a little bit different.
I thought they were the same thing, but I am very stupid. Is LSD acid?
This is the best way to sound cool.
Yes,
when we Google that.
Yeah, from drugs.com.
That's the best resource. Man, when that guy got that domain, he was like, holy shit. Back in 1994 or whatever.
Yeah.
Guy nailed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk about our own psychedelic experience, our own trippy, good fun timies.
Mm-hmm. Never done them. Never will do them. Nope. No.
Why are you so against it?
I have one of those things called an addictive personality, where when I have access to something of a substance, I will just continue to use it until it's gone. So the idea of purchasing something to do recreationally is extremely alarming to me as a person, because
like no one's ever been addicted to psychedelics. That's the thing. You're not gonna be the one that makes it happen.
You sat here and watched me smoke an entire medical grade marijuana joint within 20 minutes, and then be stoned.
There's been more people addicted to marijuana than any of these psychedelics. I'm telling you, you have to actually. I just want you to do it so bad. I'm sorry. It would make for a great bonus episode, if nothing else.
Great. So, all right. Well, we were talking about going and checking out one of the local breweries we haven't been to in a while. Let's drop some acid and go there, and then I'll get really sick.
Perfect.
You can leave me there. Hey, you know what? Sounds like a great time.
It sounds pretty much the best solution. Also, I forgot to say this, but if we were to do a bonus episode where you are tripping fucking balls on salvia or one of these things, you will listen to that episode on patreon.com/report this post. And we currently are building up towards the next milestone of listeners and patrons over on patreon.com. We're approaching 500 patrons for the podcast. And the fun news is once we hit that 500 number, we're going to do a very special Stormfront episode of the show that will be just for our patrons, where we find a couple dozen posts just from Stormfront that are even worse than the usual garden variety of Stormfront posts, which is really saying something. So
it is.
There's going to be a lot of slurs on that one, so we're pretty excited for it. But it's only going to happen if you guys join. If you're not a member now, you should sign up. It's only a couple bucks a month. Don't be a coward and sign up today.
Give us your money, and you'll get the same stuff that you get now, but more of it. And isn't that the thing you want?
My main experience with psychedelics is really one time when I did mushrooms.
Oh, okay.
With a friend of mine who might actually be listening right now. Curious. I think I'll find out if he is. Where it was him, myself, and my wife. We were sitting on a couch, and we did mushrooms, and 8 hours passed by very quickly.
Okay.
Because we're just sitting there on the couch looking at lights on the walls. Someone that we know came into the house at some point and started playing drums. There's a drum set in the living room. So one of those kind of houses. And we were just like, okay, I guess we have a drummer joining us now. Okay, great. And then he left, and that continued. I remember getting up to go to the bathroom and just being like, what the fuck is going on right now? Like, I couldn't quite fathom
What is this stuff coming out of me?
What's going on? It was just like the idea of going to getting up to go somewhere was insane to me. I was like, wow, can you believe people just like
every day just do this? Just do this multiple times around. Yeah. See,
like not even the urine, just like literally just moving getting up was crazy. Like, wow, people actually like are sitting down and then they get up. Isn't that crazy? But once that started to fade, the three of us decided we needed food. So we went to a local Buffalo Wild Wings.
Ooh.
And our friend, it was my wife and I on one side of the booth. He was on the other. And we were just like facing each other. And we were just like, okay, we're starting to get down, come down from this psychedelic journey. And we were talking, and then suddenly he just fell over, and his head like hit the side of the booth. And then he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. What's up, guys?" And we were like, "What just happened?" And then he started sweating a lot. So apparently he just passed out completely after 8 hours of sitting on a couch doing nothing, ingesting nothing, like no water, no food, nothing. So he just, his body just like, yeah, I'm done for right now.
Time to sleep. Yep.
And so he eventually was like, I'm gonna go outside for a little bit. I'm like, okay. And then we ate our wings in peace until he came back, drenched in sweat. It was like 50 degrees outside. There's no reason to be sweaty, but he was just, his body gave up on him. It was very alarming, but also very funny.
Those are always the best situations.
Yeah, someone just completely reject the idea of living for a day or so. It was pretty fun. But since then, very little experience, basically none. And we are going to hear from some folks who have done some of these ridiculous psychedelic drugs and other types of similar things. Some drugs perhaps are not technically it's a wide variety. It's like whatever's the in between. When I think of psychedelic, I think the in between like pot and cocaine, or like pot and heroin. It's whatever's in between there. Those things that are not your everyday thing, but also not going to kill you. So we have a lot of those, and we're going to read some posts starting now.
Great. User Vegan Dialtrod posted, taking MDA at a funeral? ? On our MDMA. Would taking MDMA at a funeral make the experience less depressing so that a person won't cry or feel overly sad or depressed during it? User Rolling Around Philly replied, MDMA enhances empathy greatly or feeling what others feel. Probably a terrible idea at a funeral. The serotonin could still make you happy, though, and if that happens, you could be acting completely wrong at the funeral. Also, people will be able to tell you're high. The eyes are a dead giveaway. The OP responded, what if the person wore sunglasses? And Wag1P LSD asked, are you a spastic? No response to that one, but
that's a classic.
Are
you don't hear that a lot with the more old school version of are you retarded, bro? Yeah, are you a spastic? It was pretty good. I like our OP being very goal oriented here.
Yeah,
the person's like, look, well, they'll tell you're high from your eyes. Like, okay, what if I wore sunglasses? Does that
what if the person not
sure,
not saying it's me?
What if this hypothetical, completely not realistic person wore sunglasses? What if they wore 2 eye patches? Would that help?
Sunglasses over top of it, just doing the full Weekend at Bernie's, just passed out.
What if they had the Geordie LaForge look from Star Trek Next Generation at the funeral?
The makeup test one with the Jerry curl and everything.
What if I did that and full blackface, and I was doing a Reading Rainbow skit? Would that help?
Would people be able to tell if I was upset? Well,
they're like, well, that guy doing blackface at the funeral, he's definitely not high, but he's also doing blackface at a funeral, which is a problem.
Grandma loved The Next Generation. I'm just trying to honor her memory here.
It is funny to think there are grandmas out there who, and it won't be too long before we can say it's normal for grandparents to have loved Star Trek: The Next Generation. We're about, 10 years away from that, probably?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I found this post on R microdosing. Microdosing with shrooms or LSD no better than placebo, study finds. User Tetrapsy said, don't care. This time last year, I was spending every single waking moment talking myself down from suicide. Now I catch myself laughing or smiling at pleasant thoughts constantly. This has never happened in my 36 years. I don't give a fuck if it's a placebo effect.
Okay.
User 103 KG Kid said, looks like this article was written by Big Pharma. Uh-huh. And another user, what in the butt 456 said this. What is your point, OP? Trying to use us like lab rats? Let's toss some cognitive dissonance at them and see how they do. A 200-person study where they supply their own drugs doesn't sound like a very well fleshed out study to me. I don't appreciate this. Downvoted.
Yeah. So, a couple things here. Probably not the best place to post an anti-microdosing article.
In the R microdosing subreddit, probably
first thing off. Also, the first guy there just completely admitting that like the placebo effect works because like I don't know if this actually does anything, but I feel better. It makes me feel better doing it anyways. Like, well,
now it's not going to work. That's the thing. That's not how placebos work. You have to. The point is that you don't. Okay.
Yeah, that guy comes back. Yeah, he's like, "Oh my god! Now that I realize that it didn't work, I feel like a shit, and I'm gonna off myself." Like, thanks a lot, OP. What can you do?
Yeah, I'm a fan. We don't see a whole lot of this on Reddit. With what in the butt 456, the person who explicitly says, "I am downvoting this post for these reasons."
Yeah,
like. It's like they're giving out a punishment. Like, look, just so you know, the number on your post is going to be less because of these reasons. Because I decided to downvote. Like, what? Why are you? Who gives a shit if you're being downvoted by one vote out of probably several hundred? Well, actually, a lot of people probably care now that I think about it.
Yep. When your life is posting on that their website, yeah. When a guy with a reference to a 25-year-old South Park episode in his username,
what in the butt?
That man,
remember that was probably what 2005 meme. I feel like
that was Butters from South Park. Yep.
Well, no, that was a reference to that meme.
Oh, was it? I thought it was. Yeah. Oh, that's right. What in the butt was the guy? Was
that like African American gentleman?
Yeah.
Initial release 2007.
Wow.
Okay. It's only 24 years old. It is known for its numerous blatant and camp references to homosexuality and anal sex.
Yep.
As of January 2020, it has over 70 million views on YouTube. Yep.
Wow.
In April 2008 episode of South Park Canada on Strike, the boys post a viral video on YouTube, which is spelled TOOB.
Nice.
Of Butters performing the same time. Man, these guys are the masters of parody, aren't they?
They are. Well, it only takes them 2 days to make an episode, so.
Except, that episode came out 1 year after the video was posted, so.
Some productions.
Brilliant satire.
They had to license the song and everything, and they really, got some hiccups on there.
Folks,
they're much better now.
If you're looking to buy an episode, I've told Christian the other day I want to do a South Park episode, but it's not scheduled. So please, if someone wants to buy that topic for us, I think it'd be a lot of fun. Patreon.com/reportthispost or reportthispost.sorby.com. Thanks.
Great. Good pitch. Less than 10 minutes after the first one, a throwaway account posted, I feel I may slowly be going crazy after 2 bad shroom trips to Reddit. Had done shrooms about 10 times before, all amazing trips. Then one night, a series of events drove me to having a bad trip. Basically an anxiety attack, but on drugs. Okay. One of the last two were also bad. Ever since, I have felt I am slowly losing my mind. During those trips, my outlook on life changed as well as my perception of reality, mostly for the worse. I often get anxious and have since begun questioning truths and realities of everyday things and experiences. Things I always used to know, like how I should treat someone or what I should care about, I question. My mind races and comes up with what feels like 1,000 different scenarios, and I don't know which path to take. But on a humorous note, FML, my favorite drug, might have fucked me up for good. And user Elder Scrolls commented, "That's called brain damage." And a now deleted user replied, "No, dude, come on. Don't scare him, man."
Dude, we say a lot of things for fun on here, but come on.
Yeah.
Don't want to scare this guy.
Don't scare the guy who had 2 bad shroom trips and probably somehow did mess up the neural pathways of his brain.
I mean, at that number, something's different.
Sure.
But I feel like a guy that does it that much is not going to care too much about a Reddit post, which is the irony of all these guys posting these like, I need some advice. Like, you don't actually care.
Does anybody else feel this way? And no.
No, man. Just getting high.
Just getting high.
User Elder Scrolls. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a snag. How about it? Yeah.
And by the way, what a good episode topic that would be. The Elder Scrolls, Skyrim, all those games, Morrowind, Oblivion. Only at patreon.com/report this was a story.com. Pick that topic for us. Wouldn't that be fun? User Reef Daddy 84 posted this in R Shrooms. I did an entire ounce of shrooms. Mistake. Wow. I understand why it's hard to come back from that. Wow. Not too good of a trip, but of the most intense experience of my life. Pretty much were led my house, ripped TV of my wall, few holes on the walls, cut myself because I was rolling around on the floor on top of broken mirror, blood everywhere. I became the god we all are and got some understanding that not many could handle or even begin to comprehend. Not recommended for the faint of heart or sane.
Yeah.
I'm already fucked up in the thanks, my life, and 12 of a military at war. I understand why don't come back. Truth of reality can be madness. I'm already crazy, so I came back to the simulation because I'm already, quote, nuts. Apparently, I took a video and I posted it. People were concerned.
Yeah.
Sounds like he's still sort of working through
just a little bit there. Yeah. I would like to say that I, for one, would love to see this video of a veteran rolling around on a broken mirror in what I'm assuming is his completely tiled apartment, 3rd floor. I'm gonna say.
Yeah, you know what? The video was probably like him pointing the camera at like the wall for like 6 hours, and he posted it on Facebook. He's like, "Oh, yeah, this is a cool little thing I discovered today." And it's like, Frank, why'd you post a 6-hour video of your wall? And you're sort of muttering throughout the whole thing.
What was that big crash? Why'd the TV go flying across the room during?
Why is the TV of the wall now?
Yeah, so an entire ounce of shrooms. So
that seems like a lot.
So a high dose of mushrooms is considered anywhere between 3 to 5 grams. So this guy did 30 times the highest suggested amount of shrooms.
Oh, man.
See, and this is why I can't get behind the recreational thing, because that would be me. Just be like, well, it's all here. I have no understanding of this. I'm not going to look it up. So
I feel like the amount I did was 4 grams, which did me in good. So to do 30 times that seems, let's just say, irresponsible.
A bit, yeah. But he was already crazy.
To be fair, like I've done, like sometimes you have like 1 beer and you're like, all right, that's pretty good, and then next thing you know, you have 29 more, and it's like, Well,
that's what I'm saying.
It's almost noon.
I do that. I can't.
The sun is almost completely out, and I'm on my 27th beer. We're getting there to the point where I'm starting to feel like this is too much. What an hour it's been.
Gotta go. Yeah. Well, I better drive and get more beer before it gets too late here in the day. Still got some stuff to do. Gotta go.
Liquor store closes in 16 hours. I better hurry up and get over there.
I gotta go to the other liquor store because I've been to the other one twice like already this week.
Running into it just being like throwing your cash on the counter. Are you guys still open? It's like it's 2:11 p.m. Like
drenched in sweat.
Just your button-up shirt, like none of the buttons are corresponding to the right holes.
And one side of it's tucked into your pants, the other side's out. Yep. I had the same thought. That's
it's
so
just
good.
Not even close to being the right ways those buttons go into those holes. Yeah. No, I've never done any of that, if that's what you guys are wondering.
God damn. Oh, right. Well, user iXeni posted, Grandma wants to try DMT on our DMT.
Great.
In the mix of asking Gma to make DMT in her house, I let her discover DMT on her own through the internet. I explained it as well. I haven't done it myself, so honestly probably won't know an answer to this question until I do it myself. She was skeptical on me trying it when I first told her about it, but after doing research, she told me she wants to try it with me. Now, I'm not even sure if that's a good idea. I want to say no, but the lady is 65. What can I do? I'm thinking shrooms so she can get a feel of psychedelics, at least to see if she enjoys it. I'm trying to explain the power DMT holds compared to others, but I feel she doesn't get it. She's a Buddhist and meditates, if that makes any difference. And Chemically Enlightened One replied, I would love it if I could get my whole family to experience that beautiful place. Thankfully, I got my dad to try it. He was blown away, and he's taken close to 1/4 sheet of acid at once, LOL. Ooh. He was also on other drugs. He was at a point in his life where he didn't give a fuck.
Sort of the spiritual predecessor to the grandma at the funeral posts we had earlier.
Grandma, I would like to make a DMT in your house, but I know the rules is that if I make anything, you have to try it, make sure it's okay. So
what is DMT?
God, we went through this. We did this on the live episode, didn't we? Yeah.
How am I supposed to know what we did in previous episodes?
DMT is a chemical substance that occurs in many plants and animals, which is both a derivative and a structural analog of tryptamine. It is used as a recreational psychedelic drug and prepared by various cultures for ritual purposes. So, ayahuasca is what it is.
Oh, is that the same thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we had this exact conversation now that I think about it. Now, if someone wanted to re-listen to that, where could they go to hear that live episode?
They could go to patreon.com/report this.
That's right. Go over there, folks. You'll love the way it sounds, I guarantee it. So I found this post on a Tumblr titled An Astral Otherkin Paradise. An anonymous user asked, how do drugs work in the astral? Mm-hmm. I've never done drugs in the physical world, but I might want to try them when I get to the castle. Are you still affected when you wake up? And the guy who runs the blog, or the thing that runs the blog, responded, doing drugs in the astral realm is amazing. I tried smoking weed in the astral before I ever did it in real life, and both experiences were exactly the same. So I can only assume it's the same for other drugs. I've tried a variety of drugs in the astral, like weed, LSD, shrooms, DMT, and ecstasy regularly, and they all have very distinct effects on me. Since regularly using drugs in the astral, I've started asking people who have actually done these drugs what their experiences were like, and they seem to match up exactly with what I felt doing them during projections. It's a completely safe alternative to actually doing drugs, if there are any that you've ever been curious about. So, folks, if you didn't get that, these are people pretending to do drugs.
Yeah.
That's just...
laying down on my twin bed and imagining myself as a big pink dragon smoking copious amounts of crack and getting really high with my pony friends. Yep.
Just straight up having an imagination is what these kids are like. I got the greatest drug for you folks. It's called a book. Yeah.
Open it up. Mind.
Give a hoot and read a book, folks. Just dive in.
Yeah,
you'll have so much fun.
That Macaulay Culkin movie, The Page Master.
Oh yeah,
it was. That's actually he was smoking. He was smoking mescaline.
No, he was pretending to smoke mescaline.
I don't know. Do you even smoke mescaline? I don't know.
Well, if you're a 13-year-old who doesn't understand what drugs are, that's what you would do. You would pretend you were smoking it and passing the joint bong to your nearest friend. I do remember as a kid, like not knowing what those terms meant.
Sure.
And being like, yeah, I'm smoking a bong, man, and like doing the joint thing with my
the pointer finger and all your other fingers up.
Yeah. Like, man, this is such a hot bong I'm ripping right now.
And then just a few years later, you were just smoking dirt weed out of a bottle, an empty bottle of Gatorade. So,
yep. That's not too far off, my friend.
Got the go into Dad's ratchet set, and you get one of the sockets out and just meld it into the lid, and boom. Got
you know what?
Nice little gravity bong there, folks.
If you kids out there haven't made your own bong, it's very easy.
Yeah. Anything that air goes through.
You know what? I looked this up before. It's pretty funny. If you go to like WikiHow, like how to make bongs, there's some very funny pictures on there. So go check them out, folks.
Somebody gets paid to do that, to draw someone.
It's very good. Go check it out.
A potato with a piece of tinfoil in it. Yeah, great. Cool. So this one's from our Psychonaut, which is a psychedelic users subreddit, where user Dark Rose White Rose posted LSD entities ? I just came down from 5 tabs and there is an entity calling himself Archangel Michael. All is normal when my eyes are open. The second I close my eyes, he steps in and keeps telling me, not yet, in sort of a taunting way. Like I'm supposed to know, but he's having fun because he isn't bound by time and finds it amusing I am. I've had similar experiences even on salvia. I smoked a high dose and broke through. All the walls in the room just folded down, revealing a whole world outside of the old restricting walls. This time it was an elf kind of trip. I exhaled, and halfway through, I'm pulled out of the room I'm in, and I hear multiple voices behind me saying, he, no, he's not ready yet, in a weirdly supportive tone. Then they brought me back down and reassembled the walls. Then I just yelled, wow, 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 for 30 minutes. I guess I just need help interpreting it. Raw 2501 replied, have you considered that you're not ready? Perhaps you could stop your explorations for a while and spend some time where you are. And Dark Rose White Rose responded, for sure. I've been going ham on DXM, LSD, and Xans over the last year. Weird. Just typing it out makes me aware of how much I'm fucking over my body. Maybe that's the info I wasn't supposed to know yet? So I went to Dark Rose White Rose's profile, and he last posted over a year ago about trying something called Lemon Tech, followed by a Xanax, and never posted again. So RIP to that guy.
Yeah. It's pretty obvious he died based off the fact that he realized mid-post, like, oh wow, I actually do a lot of things that I probably shouldn't be doing.
I've been destroying my body with recreational drug use.
He probably also realized that as he was overdosing on whatever he was doing, he's like, oh shit, this is probably oh well, I'm done now. Bye. Lemon Tech appears to be some sort of mushroom thing. Yeah.
Letting your dose of cyclobin mushrooms sit in lemon or lime juice before consumption. Cooking them as the citric acid starts to break down the mushroom material. Sounds tasty. Throw that on some pizza. Yummy.
Oh, that actually does sound pretty good. Listeners, If you have mushrooms for me to do, please send them my way. You can probably find my address pretty easily. Just go ahead and do it.
Oh, we'll go ahead and put the address up on patreon.com/report this post.
Oh yeah, if you go to patreon.com/report this post, you can find my address. Well, the problem is you have to actually sign up first if you really want it. So it's one of those. Once you enter your email and credit card number, you'll see it right away. It'll just pop up. So I would suggest doing that. If you really want to have my address, you can send me some mushrooms. We've had a listener send us bacon before.
Yes.
So
what the next logical step is psychedelic mushrooms through the U.S. mail. Why not?
It wouldn't be as epic as the bacon from, I believe that was Cliff that sent this to us. Mushrooms would be pretty good too. User Pontifex Maximus 1996 posted this thread in our Psychonaut, which is a subreddit for folks who enjoy all these sort of things.
Yep, I just literally said that.
In case you guys didn't know that, it's called our Psychonaut. Hi guys, me and my new girlfriend, for whom we both believe are soulmates, have just figured out that we are born precisely 1 year, 1 month, 1 day, and 1 hour apart. Me being the older one. Can anyone figure out the odds of meeting a person like that, or simply the odds of all the consecutive, quote, segments all being one? We both find it unbelievable because the odds seem so low. I don't know if this is the correct subreddit to post this, just thought you guys might find it interesting. The subreddit, of course, was our Psychonaut, which is a subreddit for folks who enjoy psychedelics, in case you guys forgot.
Oh, my God.
User Aditya Udagiri said, I'm happy for you, OP, but I don't know. I can hear conspiracy theory music playing in the background. If we dig deep enough, we'll probably find a shit ton of reasons to believe anything we want to believe. You might be soulmates, you might grow old together, and I'm really happy that you found someone early on. Just focus on being better versions of yourselves and building a healthy relationship rather than, quote, digging for signs. Mm-hmm. And user Newark Josh offered a slightly different take on the whole thing. 3 is a number that shows great significance of a number. 4 ones don't mean anything. Just a coincidence.
Hey, buddy, congrats on the girlfriend or whatever. The numbers don't add up. Sorry.
Your numbers aren't the actual number it should be to be interesting, so it's just a coincidence. So if it was 3 ones, that would be better than 4 ones. Is that what he's saying?
I guess.
That's very funny.
Sometimes a smaller number is a better one in certain aspects. So.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes, sometimes a number that's less than average in terms of certain aspects of size or whatever
thick.
Could be.
It's thick. The girth is what you want to be concerned about, folks.
I don't know what you're talking about. I was talking about IQ.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. What's that?
Do you want a thick brain? Is that what you're talking about? That seems actually bad.
Buddy, I got news for you. I've had a bunch of concussions over the years, so I'm already set. A young woman posted this to Facebook. I know you guys are going to laugh at me, but the last time I did a higher dose of mushrooms, it told me to start an OnlyFans. The mushroom said I could make all of my aspirations come to fruition if I share a part of myself for the world. Sometimes I wonder if the mushrooms is just pimping me out to increase its own biological fitness because it knows I will use the money to start my mushroom farm. I don't mind being pimped out by the mushroom overlords anyway. And attached to this post was a photo of her ass on her timeline. So
that is... That's just anytime you try to make a point in a post and it's just right below it or above it is just a picture of your asshole. It's hard to. It just sort of loses some of the.
That would be a great response to like those political pundits on like Twitter, like I want to debate you, and then it's just a like high res image of your asshole.
Yeah. Are you doing like hey Black trans lives matter, and then it's just a close up of your balls and taint. It's like,
enormous hemorrhoid.
Hey, there's just like it's just a video of you shooting cum into your own mouth, and you're like, "Free Palestine" or whatever. It's like, I don't know.
There are people that do reply to stuff like with things like that, but it's normally like just guys, Gary 168999437, like. Oh, thank you, mistress. I just smashed my penis between the toilet seat and the rim of the toilet. Here's a photo. Okay, well.
That's a fun one. Yeah. I fell into a wheelbarrow and then fell over, and then I was buried underground with my hard dick sticking out of the dirt, and then a cinder block fell on top of my dick sticking out of the ground. And I think Tibet should be free.
But when the cinder block hit my dick, the cinder block split in half, and then like a big bump came up off the tip of my dick, like in the loop.
And I count that towards the length of my dick, by the way. Don't you dare think I don't. Okay. Yep. All right, that's an extra 2 inches. Just before you like bet a woman's like, I need a mallet real quick.
Do you have access to an Acme anvil that I can drop on my penis?
You're in the bathroom. She's like, what are those chirping birds sound? Hold on. Let me take care of this.
Bump, 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 bump. Is there a full band in there? Is there a full brass band in there with you? Hold on.
I'm almost ready, honey. Oh.
Oh, that's good.
All right, so I found this on NavyTimes.com, which is the newspaper for our wonderful gay military guys in the Navy. 2 sailors from the aircraft carrier Ronald Reagan are facing court-martial for allegedly using and distributing LSD, a powerful hallucinogenic drug, according to Navy officials in their criminal charge sheets. News first broke in February that the Navy was probing an alleged drug ring aboard the Japan-based carrier. Machinist mate second class Andrew W. Miller faces charges for using, possessing, and distributing the hallucinogenic drug from January to February of this year, according to charge sheets. An electrician's mate second class Sean M. Javero also is charged with distributing LSD and possessing nandrolene decanate and anabolic steroid, the legal filing state. And there's more to the article, but I jumped down to the comments where I found this one from a guy who's in the Navy. Pretty light sentences for distributing drugs. BS. Keel haul these clowns and then shoot them. Which got 5 upvotes. So for those who don't know what keel hauling is, it's a form of punishment and potential execution once made it out to sailors at sea. The sailor was tied to a line looped beneath the vessel, thrown overboard on one side of the ship, and dragged under the ship's keel, either from one side of the ship to the other or the length of the ship. So these guys should have that done to them before being their heads being blown out.
Yep.
Because they gave acid to other guys.
Tough but fair.
Yeah. If nothing else, you could say that's at least fair.
What else is there to do on a boat other than drop acid and get absolutely jacked?
Well, below men, from what I've heard about, is to just chug as much dick as possible. And could do worse, I guess.
There's only so many hours in the day, folks. And you gotta find a hobby somewhere. They weren't hurting nobody. Jesus.
Only so many hours in a day, so many dicks in an ass. You're right.
There's probably a limit. Yeah, you're right.
I've never found it, but apparently there's a theoretical limit.